Geek'd Podcast, episode number 3. I am your TV terminating, comic book collecting, movie messiah, video game god, or you can call me Corey.
And what's up? It's just Jess.
Just Jess now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why that?
Because I'm not as cool as you.
Oh. What are you drinking over there?
A melon ball. What are you?
Old fashioned. It's pretty tasty.
You're so fancy.
I'm fancy, huh?
Oh, you fancy, huh?
Anyway, well, anything happened to you this week worth talking about?
Something funny kind of happened at work.
What?
I went to work on this past Saturday, and I go in, and my boss comes over to me, and he's like, "Jessica, are you feeling okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Why?" "You're just looking pretty pale today." I'm like, "No, I'm fine. You look sick." I'm like, "I didn't wear makeup today." And he goes, "Oh, I didn't either."
Got out of that one easy. That's funny.
Yeah. I hope people don't think that I wear like super darkening makeup, because I don't.
Yeah, you don't. I never even noticed you have it on or off, but
Well,
it's
my
funny
boss
that he
does.
did. Yeah.
It must be the fluorescent lighting.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways, what happened to you this week? Anything good?
No, I did some paranormal investigating a little earlier last week, end of last week. Caught a couple fun things, but other than that, just been reading and creating.
Being a TV Terminator?
Pretty much. Actually, something did happen, and if you go to our YouTube page, Geek'd Up YouTube page, you'll see a video we just did. It's a song in appreciation of the Mad Max universe in our Geek'd Up music segment. And this one is called, of course, Mad Max Fury Road Rap. So you should check that out. I really like it. I think it came out really well.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we're actually going to get into the review of that movie here in a little while. So, but before that, we got to talk about some news.
Some news.
Fine, lovely week.
Well, I did hear that Matthew McConaughey.
What's he up to today?
Well, I don't know.
Is he doing all right?
Yeah.
Good.
He must be, because he was rumored to be eyed for the role of Norman Osborn, a.k.a.
the Green Goblin.
Yes. What do you think about that?
I'd rather him be in a DC role. I know that the Green Goblin is a huge villain, super villain in the Spider-Man universe.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like I've seen so much of the Green Goblin that I'd rather it be something else. You know? That's how I feel about it. And I don't know. I guess they may do kind of what they've already done, which is what I don't like about it, is have him in multiple movies, setting up the Green Goblin and then being the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
But we've already seen it.
Yeah.
He was in the originals. He was in the reboot. I just want to see something different.
But it could be better.
No,
right, that's what they're thinking.
And it will be, because it's going to be done by Marvel. That's probably why they want to do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think it'll be good with him in it.
Yeah.
I'm just not so excited about that role in general.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just wait and see. That's what I'm always about. Is if something looks really good, I'm pretty into it. If something doesn't look that great, I'm still going to wait and see. I mean, so that's all I can say. Also, there were some pictures and video leaked of the Joker in action from Suicide Squad.
I saw those.
Of him slapping Harleen Quinzel. So, I mean, that's showing that either that's where this movie's going to start from, or it's going to be a flashback of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he looked all right. He looks like some of the comic book characters.
See, you were nervous the first time we saw a picture of Suicide Squad.
Yeah. The
Of
Joker,
him.
or
Yeah.
I was nervous when I saw the picture of the Suicide Squad. Jared Leto's Joker, I was okay with. I thought it was weird. The only thing I really had an issue with was the forehead tattoo. I didn't understand it. It didn't make sense. I've never seen that anywhere. But I wasn't going to judge that until I saw it. Because I feel what I felt was once you see Jared Leto in action, acting psychotic, that tattoo's going to be invisible.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why did they even have it. But it might be part of the script. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know that in this flashback scene, if it is a flashback, he has it then.
Really?
Yeah. So, he has it the whole movie, most likely.
Do you think he, like, it's a tattoo?
Yeah, they're all tattoos. I mean, the Joker has tattoos in some comics, and he looks like that in some
What's
comics.
the tattoo look
damaged.
like?
It just says damaged across his forehead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then he
I knew that.
has... I can't quite remember. I don't think he has anything on his face.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. I mean, they're just kind of weird tattoos. Like, in the comic, when he laughs, it says, like, ha, ha, ha. Like, whenever you see it like that, you know it's the Joker laughing.
Yeah.
And he's got that tattooed on his arms, which is kind of like self-aware or meta or something weird. It's weird. And then his license plate on his purple car is ha, ha, ha. So I don't know what they're really going for. But, like I said, with that, I'm going to wait and see. When I first saw the image of the full Suicide Squad, I didn't like it at all. I thought it looked very 90s, very like it looked like they were making a Warriors reboot from the old, that old Warriors movie. But now I'm okay with it. I see a lot of them and they look fine. So
yeah, that's good.
But yeah, that's that. I mean, also, did you hear about Robert Kirkman?
Yeah, apparently he's supposed to write Transformers.
Yeah, I think he's like co-writing some of these spin-off sequel movies, which I don't even know what to think about this until I hear more.
There's gonna be zombies.
Yeah, right.
They are going to fight zombies.
How weird would that be?
That would be weird. Anyway.
And, I mean, there's really not much to say about that because that's literally just what we heard.
Yeah,
It's no big write-up of what part he has in it or anything like that. But he is on board, apparently, and, I don't really know what he can do to that world. He does write a superhero book called Invincible, which I really like, so who knows? I mean, it might just be a fresh take, because without so much stupid, mind-numbing action, which a movie we just saw handled all that perfectly. But we'll get into that later. Also, one last piece of news. One of my odd fascinations as a kid was a character in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, and his name was Krang. He was a brain-looking scientist thing.
I've seen the picture.
But he could, like, hover around on this little stool thing as a brain, or he had a robot body that was a big, huge body with, like, sunglasses. It is said that he is going to be a part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2 movie, a live-action version of him. So, I'm curious, one, if that's even true, and two, is he going to have the robot body? I would imagine he'd have to.
Yeah, I would think so.
Or maybe if they're making a third one, he'll be introduced throughout the movie, and then at the end you'll see him get a suit or use a suit.
I bet that's what they'll do.
And then he'll be in the third.
They always tease that.
But oddly enough, I hated the first one, but if this is true, it's shaping up to be what I wish the first one was.
And
You got Casey
maybe
Jones.
they realize that now.
Yeah. I don't know what the first one was. It was stupid, is what it was. But Casey Jones, Bebop, Rocksteady, and now Krang, plus a cameo possibly by the original April O'Neil. Like, if they focus more on the story instead of Donatello being a just straight up stereotypical nerd.
I was just gonna say something about
I
that.
absolutely hated that.
I know.
Hated it. Like,
yeah.
But I want to see a commercial with all this that focuses on that, on characters and stuff, other than not very good CGI, and go from there. But that is about it for news. I guess it's time for our Geeked Up reviews.
All right.
Why so serious?
It's time for Geek'd Up Reviews.
We have this week comics, TV, and movie. But
all right.
First, we're going to be looking at our Geeked Up review for comic, and it is of Descender number 3 by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. What do you have to say about this?
Not a lot really going on. I mean, there was one major thing, maybe 2 major things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, the second one I really liked, and then the third one, I'm just kind of like, I am intrigued by he meets Eraz.
Yeah.
Tim meets Eraz, if that's how you say it. And something about the harvested, that I was like, what? But then they fixed him, and his creator was like, oh, you can't dream. What do you think about that? Do you think he was really there, or does he have a mind?
That's why I think it's an interesting issue, is we have this whole scenario going on where he's
a robot.
A dead robot, supposedly. And you got this driller and his dog Bandit trying to help him out and save him. In the meantime, you got these humans, or I don't know if they're considered, they are human.
Yeah.
But, you got Dr. Kwan, who created him, and Captain Telsa, who are on their way to get him. And after this flashback of him being in this dream state, it shows them on a ship arguing about, they think he might be responsible for everything because he created the Tim robot, and the harvesters may have the same code in them, so that would make him responsible for the whole harvesting.
Right, exactly.
And they get in this argument about it. And he then goes on to talk about, well, why do you think you were so important to get this mission also? And she's like, she didn't want to talk about it. So then we get back to this driller. They land. The driller comes to save the boy and fight them, but they kill him, or at least stop him with an EMP thing. And that's when you go back to this dream state where Tim starts to get almost attacked by these things in his dream.
I know.
And that's when he wakes up. So,
but then the Eraz thing was like, we've been waiting for you.
I know.
What does all that mean?
I'm just guessing that he is somehow connected to these harvesters, and they know he's around still. He's still alive or on.
Right.
And I'm thinking it's more of like a mental thing where he can be controlled, and just like through the internet you can transfer information. Like maybe they can take his information away. But I don't know. That's why it's interesting to me. I want to see what it actually is. And then for him to say they don't dream, and he goes, well, where was I then? That's interesting. Where was he?
And that's where it ended.
So, I mean, overall, I thought it had quite a bit going on. It's raised a lot of questions, but I mean, it's still a lot was happening. So, I mean, overall, I thought it was a good one. I still think this number 2 is the best so far, but I still give this one a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay, I'm gonna give it like
AKA, I give it a buy.
Okay, I give it like a 7.
So a read.
A read.
Okay, that's good. Good. On to TV.
The Flash.
Well, first,
Game of
let's
Thrones.
talk about the Flash
Okay.
first, because, big episode of the Flash, the finale, season
know.
finale.
I'm so sad.
Why?
Because it's over.
Yeah, I know. But at least it didn't get canceled.
I know. I would have been so pissed off. We spent 22 hours of our life. Or 23.
Yeah.
Watching that.
Almost a full day.
Yep.
And it was good.
It was really good.
Except for Iris.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's get into this episode. We got a lot to unpack here. Started off where we left off with them having Dr. Wells in confinement.
Yeah, one of the cells.
Yeah. So they got to find a way to get him back home to help his mom, and Dr. Wells has the way.
Of course he does.
Yeah. But a lot goes on in this one. I mean, this is going to be full spoilers, I think, because there's just so much going on in this season finale. Why don't you start?
Okay, well, Barry is talking with Dr. Wells, and Dr. Wells says, "Oh, well, I have a way you can get home." And Barry's like, or not get home, but save your mom. Barry says, "Well, what is it?" All you have to do is start up the particle accelerator and go.
The same particle accelerator that destroyed everything.
Yeah. And so Barry is a little unsure of what he should do. And so he ends up asking everybody, and everybody's like, do what makes you happy. Do what you feel like you should do. And then he goes to his dad. And his dad says the complete opposite.
Flat out tells him no.
Yeah, don't do it. And then, let's see what else happened. Cisco built a time machine.
To get Dr. Wells back because Barry, in exchange, was going to help him get back. And Barry only had 2 minutes inside this thing, or it would destroy the Earth.
Yeah.
Actually, more than the Earth, just
swallow it whole, basically.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so that was a risk he was willing to take. Kind of. So, Cisco and Ronnie end up building this time machine for Dr. Wells. And, Barry ends up just going for it and decides he wants to try to save his mom. And so they get it all going. They have to make a black hole, or he has to run so fast.
He has to run so fast that when they release,
he creates a black hole, basically. When they release, what was it, the hydrogen
element or something like that.
So he ends up doing that. And then what happened?
He gets to his house and he's there. He sees him and the Reverse Flash fighting and everything, and he's about to walk in and save his mom, and there he is. He stops, looks at himself about to save his mom, and tells himself no. So he gets back in, lets everything happen, talks to his mom, and gets to say his goodbyes and everything, and goes back and stops Dr. Wells from going back, and then the big, huge surprise at the end happens, which
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, which maybe we won't mention that, but it is a big surprise. It makes a lot of sense, but it really
I
puts it-
really did not see that coming at
really
all.
changes things.
Yeah, it does.
And also, what happened didn't work. The world is about to get sucked up, and we end with the Flash going in to this huge black hole and trying to stop it. And that's where it ends.
And we know that he succeeds because there's a season 2.
Oh, well, yeah, he's the Flash. But, yeah, I think this was one of the best episodes ever. I mean, next to the Grodd episode, at least.
Oh, shut up.
But, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I definitely give this a 9.5. This is one of the best ones I've seen.
Yep, I agree with you.
Now, on to the final review of the evening. It is Game of Thrones episode number 6. Season 5, episode number 6. Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken.
Whew. What an episode.
Yeah, what an episode. So, let's get into just the characters, see what happened there, and then I want to get onto something that we may really dive into more. So first off, we got Arya, who has one of my favorite storylines that are going on right now. We see her in this,
Hall of Faces.
or the faceless god or whatever.
Yeah.
And we see her learning how to become one of them, getting slapped if she's lying. Ask her all these questions, and if she's lying, she gets slapped. And then we see, did you hate the Hound? She says yes. Slaps her. What? I did hate the Hound. Slaps her again. And then, really slaps her hard, puts her on her ass. And basically, tells her that she needs to learn deception even when it comes to deceiving herself. Like, she needs to quit lying to herself. Only then can she become a nobody.
Right, exactly.
And the way she ends up doing this is seeing this ill girl in need, and
her dad brought her there basically to have her killed.
Yeah.
He knew that she was going to die.
So she gives her this really good lie to make her comfortable, and ends up doing what needs to be done, and that's what gets her to be able to go down and see this faceless Hall of Faces, which is pretty crazy.
I know. They did really good on that.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome looking.
Yeah. So basically now she's ready to not necessarily become no one, but become someone else.
Yeah, that's right. Which I don't know if I want to see. I want to see Arya.
I know.
Which is like...
I know.
But we'll have to see what they end up doing.
Yeah.
Then we got Tyrion, who... him and Mormont are making their way.
Uh-huh.
They see a ship of pirates, and all of a sudden they're confronted by these pirates and taken captive.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
going to take Mormont. They're about to kill Tyrion and chop off his cock.
That's right, because apparently it's good luck.
It's good luck if you can sell it easy to the cock merchant.
Yeah.
And he's quickly, off the top of his head, is like, well, how are you going to know? How are you going to be able to prove that it's from a dwarf? And the guy says, well, it's going to have a dwarf-sized cock. And he's like, think again.
Yeah.
So he saves his own life right then.
And then he saves Mormont's life, too.
Yeah, I know. And not only saves his life, tricks them into taking him where he wants to go.
Yep.
Instead of walking there, now he's going to get a ride in a ship. I mean, that was pretty clever little storyline right there.
I know. He's awesome.
Jaime and Bronn.
Oh.
We see them finally make it to Dorne to get his daughter, Jaime's daughter.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't want to leave. She's in a romance and all this, and they end up getting confronted and get into a scuffle.
Yep.
And then they get captured and imprisoned. But in the process, Bronn gets cut by the same type of sword that the Viper cut the Mountain with.
Yeah.
So I'm under the impression that is he going to be poisoned now? We're about to see.
Ooh.
And if he's poisoned, is he going to die? Or because the mountain didn't die.
Yeah, but he's
We're
in that
under
weird.
we're under the impression
being
that
studied.
he's dead. Yeah, but so I don't know. That's going to be interesting. So next week we're going to see them in prison most likely. Then we got Queen Marjorie and her brother's trial.
Oh my God! Could you believe that?
Yeah, it was nuts.
Her
Her gay brother. Go ahead
yeah.
and tell this story.
Her gay brother was on trial basically for being gay, and everybody was under oath not to lie in front of the gods. And of course he lies about being gay, and she of course lies as well to save him. Well, lo and behold, somebody from his past,
His lover
came in and was like, "Oh yeah, we're gay," and basically tells this whole story. And
which also incriminates her.
Yeah, exactly, because Marjorie apparently did see them together. Well, then Marjorie ends up going to jail, or heading to jail.
Which is crazy because she's the queen. Which pisses me off when you get the fucking king won't stand up.
Who's a little pussy.
Yeah, won't stand up and stop something. He's the exact opposite of Joffrey.
Yeah.
It just pisses me off.
I know. Will we ever get a king we like?
Yeah, we will.
Jon Snow?
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot ended up happening in this episode. It was a big, full episode. I mean, that was a great episode, don't you think?
Yeah.
Then why is nobody talking about that? That's what I want to know. Why is nobody talking about that? No, all we hear on the internet the next day is how Sansa Stark, after getting married, is raped off camera. What do you think about this?
I think I didn't even think twice about that scene, and I'm a girl. It didn't bother me at all.
Why not? Let's get your take on this. Why didn't it bother you? What were you thinking while that was happening?
I was thinking, what a psycho he is.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, this is disgusting. I mean, yeah, it's gross, but I didn't, it was just more of like, his mental state was like in my head. Like how he literally is a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
And then, I get it. It's like, for some people, I guess, could be hard to watch 3 seconds of her on the bed crying.
If that.
And, yeah, I mean, I guess I really don't get it, but
I think there's a lot involved in this scene that people aren't taking into account, which is 2 episodes before you start to see, and the episode before, you start to see Sansa playing the game. You finally start her seeing her play the game. And this is just a product of that. She is not ready to play the game. This is what happened. Yeah, it's terrible. Rape is probably the worst thing that can happen to somebody. But it's showing you how sick this world is, how sick this guy is, and that she's not ready. Because if she was ready
she wouldn't have been raped.
Game, she wouldn't have been raped.
Yeah.
She would have had the upper hand in that scene. And I think that's what people are mad about, is that they thought that's what was going to happen. Well, she wasn't ready. She's a kid still. And that's what we're seeing. And yeah, that's terrible. He's raping a kid, basically, and forcing another man to watch. And I even heard a statement that, it's disgusting that it turned into poor Theon Greyjoy at the end. And I'm like, no, it didn't. He's disgusted looking at her. He's afraid because he knows what's happening right now. And I just don't get the internet blowing up over stupid shit like that when they can... I didn't hear one peep when Theon Greyjoy was getting his dick and balls cut off and tortured for weeks to the point that he didn't want to talk.
And that was disturbing to watch.
Yeah. His fucking name is Reek now, and he can't look at people's eyes. And nobody gives a shit about that, but, show a girl who put herself in this situation, wanted to be there, knew this guy was a psycho.
I mean, she even hesitated before she said
Got
that
married.
she wanted to marry him.
Yeah. Put her in a scene where you don't see anything, you just know what's going on, and the whole fucking internet loses its goddamn mind. And I don't understand it. I never will. Like, there's a better thing. Just enjoy the show. You got people saying they're gonna not watch anymore. You got people saying they're not gonna cover it anymore. Like,
well, this is what I have to say to them.
first of all, and it's usually the people who have read the books. Bitch, you know how much raping there is in those books? Like, this is nothing. Just because it's a main character.
I know.
I don't know. I this is my rant for the month, probably, but I just get over it. Like, yeah, rape is terrible. We know that, but this is that world, and this is that man. He is a sick fucking guy.
Also, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's not like he's literally raping her on camera. I mean, it's, that's like, they act like we're watching
The
somebody,
accused with Jodie Foster get raped by 10 guys on a pinball machine. Literally, like, I don't know. I don't get it. It disgusted me to, it disgusted me that people were so disgusted by it. Instead of, it's
looking
a show.
at everything else.
It's a
that
fantasy
happened.
world.
Yeah.
And this is the cost of living in it.
The
happens.
end.
It happens in the real world every day.
Yeah.
We're seeing a taste of it. When you mess with the wrong people, and
And she knew. Like, she knew he was a fucking psycho.
yeah, that's what it comes down to. Now if people mention this and they said, oh, I didn't really enjoy that part, I didn't get it, I hope it goes somewhere in that storyline, but the rest was really good, then okay, but nowhere did anybody talk about these things. I almost heard nothing about Tyrion and nothing.
Yeah.
No, and all you heard was how disgusted people are with the end of the show. And
For the last 15 seconds.
Well, you know what? How about you quit watching, because the show's still going to go on and I'll still get to watch it and not have to hear from all those people.
Yeah, that is very true. But they'll still talk about it anyway. They'll watch it just to complain.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, if you watched it and you're offended by what we said, let us know why. We're not going to... I wouldn't rant on you. I just... I kind of want to know where people without being angry like I just was... all I've heard are these angry things against this scene. I would like to hear some logical
point of views. Yeah.
And maybe sway my mind a little bit. Not, you're not going to sway me to completely hate the scene, but maybe understand why people don't like it as much as they do. But so let us know either way. If you are with us and you understand, maybe tell us why. If you have some differing opinions, let us know. But I knew that was probably going to take up most of the time on this, so that's why we saved it for last. And now we're going to get on to something a little more fun and lighthearted, and that is our
movie
review. And this week, we went and saw opening night Mad Max Fury Road.
And it was pretty fucking epic.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
We saw it in 3D.
And here I was last week, like, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, because the other movies you just thought were
Yeah, but then this one I was like, wow. Like, the whole time my eyes were wide, just like staring in awe at the screen. Like, it was just so good. And I kind of like that there wasn't like a ton of dialogue.
Yeah, I think that's what's so impressive about it, honestly. Because all the storytelling was done through the action and directing.
Yeah.
I mean, simple things like just everything. It was all... You knew what Max was saying by grunting. You knew how he felt. You knew You didn't need a 5-minute scene. The one 5-minute scene of talking they had was perfect with Nux and that girl.
Mhm.
I forget her name. It was like Chastity, something like that. You get to, that was the one scene we needed, because you get to see these war boys are more than these psychos. They're human beings with real thoughts.
Yeah.
And I really like that scene. And then, then the rest is kind of whatever. You get to see everything else through action.
Loved it. Loved it. You saw it twice.
I saw it twice, yes, and I loved both times. I actually think I may have liked the second time better. I did read an interesting article about this movie that makes me really like it.
What was that?
It was about the possible origin of Mad Max. And that is that George Miller has come out and said it's not a sequel, it's not a prequel, it's not a reboot. So what is it? And there's this theory going around that this Mad Max, played by
Tom
Hardy, is not the Mad Max, is not the Mel Gibson Mad Max we see in the other movies. The theory is, in Road Warrior, Mad Max 2, we meet this feral kid who all he does is grunt. He has a boomerang. He hisses, grunts, all that kind of stuff. In the movie, Max kind of befriends him a little, gives him this little music box. The little
music box, yeah.
And everything, and he saves the day. He gets them on their way, and they, at the end, it talks about how they went on and built a city and all that kind of stuff. Well, the theory is that this Mad Max is that boy. And as he's grown up, maybe he ran across Max again. Maybe he was dead. Maybe he just came across him and Max was done and happy where he was. Who knows? But he got his jacket. He even got his knee brace, which throughout the movie didn't look like he needed, but he had it.
Yeah.
Because Max in all the other movies had a little limp and all that. This, he didn't, but he had a knee brace. You also see that music box that the girls are playing with.
Oh, yeah.
He grunts for the first long bit of the movie, almost as if it's just he's so used to that's kind of what he does. Instead of going yes or something, just because that's what he did for so long, although he did learn to talk. And the kicker to me is, if you rewatch the ending, she's asked him his name and he doesn't tell her. He doesn't even look like he knows his name, like he wants to say his name. And at the end of the movie, he looks at her and he says, "My name is Max." And he looks up and he kind of nods his head like, yeah,
I am Max.
Now I am. Now I am Max. My name is Max. And he reaffirms himself that is now who he is. Like he's taken on this role of this hero who helped him, and now he's helping other people.
And that would explain why we had no clue who...
Some of these other visions? Yeah. And I think we'll learn that stuff.
I know, I think so too.
But that's just a really interesting theory. It makes me honestly want to go see it again.
Well, it's not in 3D anymore.
I want to see it in 2D. I want to see the difference.
Yeah, Pitch Perfect's in Cinema 1.
Oh.
They switched it. Mad Max is in Cinema 5.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Well, fuck this town.
I know.
Oh my god. Anyway, so let's dive into the movie a little bit. We got this Morton Joe, this leader of this civilization, and he controls the water. We see in a scene that he has vegetation. He has, plants, probably food, all that oxygen, all that stuff. He's thought of as like a god, you can see. But at the very beginning scene, he's an old,
nasty,
decrepit man that puts on this armor that makes him look like he's ripped.
Yeah.
So it's just a fake. He's a phony. He uses this power to enslave people and use them as sex slaves to create this population, which I think, I was talking to somebody else about this, and they said, how did he get these people to be these war boys and fight for him? And my answer is, they're his kids. They're all his kids. All those war boys with bald heads and stuff are his kids. The people down below are just the hungry people. Because he has all these slaves that are giving birth all the time. And it just goes to show he's using this fear. You know, he's got all this vegetation and stuff, but he's scaring these people into thinking that there is nothing. Yet he can give it to him whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And that's why they love him when it happens, but also hate him. So it's an interesting story there. And like I said, no dialogue. You get that all from just watching the little things in the scene. You know this because he's a decrepit man. It didn't have to go into this long story about I'm sick and I have this. Like, that's what I loved about this movie.
Yeah.
It made it go so smooth and fast and everything.
What was it, 2 hours?
2 hours.
It didn't feel like 2 hours.
No, who the hell can make a 2-hour movie with over an hour worth of chase scene and it not at all get boring?
It was awesome.
Yeah, so, I mean, do you have any thoughts on it? Other than it was good?
It never really got boring to me, which I was expecting it to, because all the other ones I was like, it was hard for me to sit through, basically. But this one was so good. And I really liked Nux.
Yeah.
I was scared that he really was dead.
Yeah.
But you knew he wasn't.
I didn't know for a fact, but I was like, there's no way.
I was like, really? They had him like in the trailer so much, and
he's
then
a known actor.
Yeah,
it's not like he was a nobody that was in the trailer for a moment.
My question is, maybe that looked like metallic spray paint?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Do you know?
I'm happy you said that, because this goes into my... I don't have to write all this dialogue to tell you what's going on. And this is my theory, and I think it's correct, is this guy has brainwashed these people. He's gonna bring them to Valhalla. They're gonna live and die and live again. You know, like after they die in war, they're gonna live again. Like, he's lied to them.
Yeah.
And I think he has this miracle substance that nobody else has, that when they're about to die for themselves, they can spray it on them and it makes them crazy and ready to do what they have to do. And all it is silver spray paint. But to them, it's the power they need to do what they need to do. And that, to me, just shows how manipulative and sick this guy is. Like, he's like a pastor or something that's using his flock instead of helping them.
Like, the movie we watched, The Green... Wasn't it The Green something? By Eli Roth.
Yeah, no, it wasn't The Green. No, that's the one we're waiting to see. You're talking about The Sacrament.
Yeah, The Sacrament. That was a really good movie.
But I think that's what that is it's spray paint, but they don't know. Obviously, it's going to give them a little head change.
It's like a placebo.
But, I mean, it's going to give them a head change, so it's not totally a placebo, but it's not what they think it is.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
And then the sandstorm scene, that was like mind-blowing. It looked so good.
Yeah, it did. Especially, I don't know, I can't say especially, but in 3D, with the lightning and stuff, it looked really great.
What do you think about Charlize Theron as...
I don't think they could have cast that any better.
I
love that character's awesome. She played it awesome.
Her arm thing, like, that looked real to me the whole time. I never even looked at it as it was fake.
No, the scene where she pulls up with the truck and she gets out and puts her hands up, I was staring at it to see if they even let it move. And sure enough, it had 3 fingers, and they were all moving independently, like just like her other hand kind of was.
Yeah.
It looked really good. And that scene where she gets hurt, she really does that well. Like there's a part where Nux gets up there, and he's like, "Oh, we getting away?" And he looks down, and then he just looks at her like, "Uh-oh." And then she says, "I'm gonna go up there. You're gonna have to drive." But she did it like, dude, this woman looks like she really got stabbed.
Yeah.
Like, I believe
Somebody
that.
help her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really liked her. I liked everybody in this movie.
I know.
Even the girl I wasn't sure I was gonna like. I thought she was
The
good
one
for the
who
role.
got shot.
Yeah.
Or Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
All of them, but I'm talking about the pregnant one.
Yeah, the one who got Max shot in the leg.
Yeah.
That scene with Nux
So many
and
good
him
scenes.
fighting
Yeah.
with the chain.
Door.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
What?
Apparently Nux is dying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
He's his blood
Max
bag.
is his blood bag.
That's how you...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hanging upside down and Nux was just sitting there getting blood into him.
Yeah.
That. And, like, for the first little bit of the movie, I was like, Max hasn't been in this very much. It was like, building, like, who these people are, I guess, because we already know who Max is.
Yeah.
But...
Or do we?
Yeah. We think we do.
Yeah.
Kind of. All in all, I don't want to give too much away, even though we probably already have.
We didn't give the ending away. We
yeah.
didn't, there's a lot to it, and all the performances are good.
Perfect.
The old ladies near the three-quarter way.
On the
they all did their own
motorcycle.
Stunts.
No.
It's another great thing about this movie. 80% of it's practical effects. The rest are digital. So a lot of this stuff. That flaming guitar truck with speakers was real.
No way.
That car drove, the speakers and guitar worked, and it shot fire. George Miller, we're not talking about Game of Thrones anymore. George Miller he always wants his stuff to work. So it all worked. All those cars that were rolling through the desert, all that stuff works. And that's another awesome. That's why it looks so good.
How much did the movie make? Like 44 million or something?
In the first weekend, yeah.
Yeah. God.
But
I did not expect Pitch Perfect to beat that, but
I did.
I didn't.
I did, because even in line, remember we were in line and there were people in front of us looked like maybe 18, 19 years old, and they're going to see Mad Max, and they said, yeah, I hear it's like based off of older, there's like 3 other ones, and I was like, nobody knows what this movie is. It was kind of mind-blowing but which is also cool because all these people are going to see the best version of Mad Max.
Yeah.
And it's going to be opened up to a whole new generation.
Definitely.
So, I mean, I'm super excited that he signed on for 3 more because I want to see him, because it's not like he will not make your average everyday sequels. The next one, I guarantee you, is not going to be a long car chase. It's going to be something completely different. Just as weird and bizarre as this one, though. And it's going to be awesome.
Well, you didn't mention that he signed up for Twitter and said that there will be another one.
Oh, he did. His first tweet was, "I'm happy you're enjoying the movie. More Max to come." Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep. So,
anyway, so
what do you give this?
10.
I give it a 10 too.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy it. I might even go see it again, but not in that theater, so maybe not. Maybe IMAX.
Yeah.
But anyway, that we just had to give that review. Remember, if you haven't seen it, go see it. If you have or haven't, make sure you go to our YouTube page, Geek'd Up, and check out our Mad Max Fury Road wrap. If you look that up, type that in on search, you should probably be able to find it. Comment, like, subscribe, share if you like it. So go ahead and look at that and leave your thoughts on the movie on that page too, just so we know. But anyway, that's it for that. I think now it's time to battle.
Let's do it.
Round one. Fight.
Or Geek versus Girlfriend. And in this one, last week, I had you look at
The Surface.
the Surface cover.
And that one was really hard.
It seemed hard because of the answer you gave, and well, I mean, we might as well not talk about it. Let's just hear what you said last week.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. I should be looking beyond the surface, right? I'm looking at a dude peeling his head off, his skull. He's getting tested and monitored by doctors because he's a freak.
Is that what happened?
Negative.
So,
I was completely and totally wrong. This is way more than that.
and what is it?
Basically, everybody's monitored by the government.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're basically, society's brainwashed into thinking, like, this whole monitoring thing is good for them, when actually it's just a way for the government to keep tabs on you, basically.
Yeah.
And so we have these 3 hackers, and they have a theory that the entire world is a hologram. So they go on this journey to figure out if it is or not. In the ending, I was like, yep, I like this one. I'm glad we did this one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know if you read the very first page that was on the cover.
I meant to. I didn't, though.
Okay, well, that goes in to tell you about this company that apparently in this world or this future or whatever, states are going bankrupt. So they're selling themselves. And this company has purchased 3 states. And later in the comic, you see that one of the characters' dads is the president of 3 states.
Yep.
Also, it says this company is rumored to be developing technology to create 3D holographic dimensions other than the world we live in. That's what that whole first thing's about.
Okay.
So I'm under the impression that they found the area where this is going on.
It was good. It was just like the ending. I was like, yes, give me more, please.
Yeah, I like it.
I
already got issue 2. It's good, but
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to read that. Did you notice the little like asterisks by some words?
Yeah,
and they're like, this is a clue.
It screws with your head.
Yeah, because I was reading it and I was like, okay, how is this a clue? Where's this gonna go? How's this a clue?
And I don't know about you, after it got to like the second one, I have to flip back to the first one and go to the second. I'm like, how do these tie together? But
also what I thought was interesting, the girl, and I'm not Nausea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to say her name. The boys are all talking like, oh, I can't wait to see, discover if the world is a hologram, and she's thinking to herself, they aren't gonna like what they see, or they're not gonna like what they find out.
Is it her? See, that's another thing. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on.
But it seemed, how it was.
Because she is also paranoid throughout the whole thing, saying, are you sure they're not tracking us and can't see what we're seeing and all this stuff?
Yeah.
The one kid has his eye covered.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe whoever's watching them is thinking or saying that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, right now, I'm kind of taking it like she is.
Yeah.
She's also the only believer.
Yeah.
Out of them. The other 2 didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're a couple, the guys.
I know. That's what I thought too. Anyways, so
that's basically it for that.
Yeah, that's basically it.
But so I'm going to get the point on this one.
Mhm.
And who knows, maybe in a year at the end of this story you'll be right, but right now you're not.
Yeah,
So-
that that sucks.
So
What do you
that-
have for me this week?
Well, first, that's the end of that round.
Break. Go back to your corners.
So this week we got another comic I'm about to hand you, and we're going to see if you can guess what this is all about. And it is an Image comic, a #1, and it goes by the name...
Nail biter. Oh my god. Here we go again. Okay, so basically I'm looking at a guy chewing off his fingers. Okay. This looks almost like anime-y.
yeah, I guess the art style kind of is.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Okay. I'm just gonna take a second. I want to try to think outside of the box. It's hard to go with what you see and try to stray from that, but let's see. Okay, so basically that's literally all this is him biting his nails.
That's where the creativity comes into play.
Okay.
What do you think? You gotta think out loud. Think through it. Make up a story.
I just gotta have a second to think. Because I'm not really thinking of anything right now. Other than the obvious.
So he's biting his fingers. Not only is he biting his nails, they're bleeding.
So he's gotta have some anxiety of some sort.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go with he's has an anxiety disorder, maybe like a schizophrenic or something.
Okay.
And this follows him. But there's more to it than that. There's gotta be more to it. So basically this just follows him having an anxiety disorder.
That makes him chew his nails? And that's it? Like,
No, I know there's got to be more to it, but it's hard. This is hard.
okay.
I really don't want to lock that in, but I can't. I can't think of.
So what are we locking in?
Okay, I guess we're gonna lock in that this guy has mental issues, and this comic basically follows all of his issues. Maybe he's... Okay, let's just say maybe he's a serial killer and he doesn't know he is because he like has that big of mental issues. Like he has dissociative personality disorder. And his other guy, his other side, likes to kill people. And then once he realizes what he does, he bites his nails till they bleed because he feels so bad about it. Or...
So let's get this straight. He has a
split...
psychological
Yeah.
issue
Yeah.
that makes him kill.
Uh-huh. And
he
not
likes,
know.
And he likes to bite his nails.
No,
Basically, he's a serial killer that likes to bite his nails. Is that what you're saying?
But he's no.
Okay. What are you saying?
I'm saying he has split personalities.
Okay.
And his other half
Okay.
likes to kill. And whenever he comes to and like sees the body, realizes what he's done, he freaks out, bites his nails till they bleed because he just feels so bad.
Okay. Okay. I see. So he's not just a serial killer that likes fingernails. He doesn't even know he's a serial killer.
Right.
So that's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying he has to not know he's a serial killer. Okay. Locking that in right now. We'll see who wins next week. And now it's time for Girlfriend versus Geek.
Round two, fight.
All right, so last week I had a little Johnny Depp Amber Heard debacle for you.
Uh-huh.
And basically I asked you what did they smuggle into Australia? And
Yeah.
your answer was?
Let's just see.
Let's listen.
Do
What are you
you-
trying to say?
Gotta make it a little harder next time. Because, I mean, they didn't smuggle no drugs in, I'm guessing. It's gotta be something. What was even the question?
What did they smuggle in?
And they got in trouble for it.
Yes.
Their family pet, dog. Lock it
2.
in. Boom.
And the point goes to you.
Why?
Because you suck.
What?
Because you got it right, because they did smuggle in their dogs. It was 2 dogs. Does that count still?
Yes, it still counts. It's a family pet, either
Okay.
way.
Yeah, so basically they really didn't get in trouble. I mean, they did, but the Australian government was just like, get them out of here or else we're gonna kill them. And so, of course, they got them out of there. And that was about the gist of that story. So,
So I win.
you win.
All right. I guess it's, what? Time to go on to your next one?
Yes.
All right.
Break. Go back to your corners.
Alright, so this week I'm switching it up on you.
For Girlfriend versus Geek?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we're not going to do a celeb story this week.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, what are we doing?
No, you can't read my paper. It's just a news story, but I don't think you've heard about it, so. Anyway, so this high school senior
Mm-hmm.
got accepted to all 8 Ivy League schools,
Mm-hmm.
and he declined them all. Why?
Why he got accepted to all of them?
He applied and got accepted.
This, isn't fair.
Why? It's just as hard as me looking at a comic book I have no clue about.
Now, you got artwork to look at. You got something to go off of. You've got a comic called Nailbiter with a guy who bites his nails.
Do you want me to change my story?
No, I'm just messing with you. Anyway, so is there anything more I can get? That's it? I can't, is he going somewhere?
Yes.
To school? Because, I mean, my answer could be because he's not going to either of them because he's going to go attend somewhere else. And I may be right, but I don't feel that's good enough. I want to know if he is going somewhere else and it's not a school, I want to be able to give a creative or somewhat kind of an answer.
Okay.
To try to get it right.
So it is another school.
It's another school.
Where's he going? Why isn't he going
And
to
he's from the
Ivy
United
League?
States.
Yeah.
He is going to go to... Oh, wait a second. I just had a thought in my head. Just because of something we watched earlier this week. This is going to probably be totally wrong, but this is what I'm going with. He turned it down to go to an all-female college because he's transgendered. That is what I am going to lock in, and And
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah. Good guess.
So, next week, we'll just have to see.
Next week we shall see. And this is a pretty interesting.
Story?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it.
All right, I think we're done. This one,
A little
Did it
bit,
go-
little bit
it went a
longer than
little
usual,
long.
but I mean, we covered a lot today.
we
this
did
week.
cover a lot.
Game of Thrones debacle, an awesome movie, some reviews, girlfriend versus geek, geek versus girlfriend. Remember, if you're listening to this on iTunes, give us a review, a 5-star review if you can. Let us know what you like. Share it with your friends. Also, go to our YouTube page, subscribe to that, and let us know what you think. You can listen to the podcast there as well, but let us know what you think of our video, the Mad Max Fury Road wrap. But anyway, for now, we're going to call it a night. For Geek'd Up Podcast, I'm Corey.
And I'm Jessica.
Remember to hug a xenomorph.
Always.